Bro, do I got a word for you? Okay, when you think of the seven deadly sins, you have envy, wrath, pride, greed, gluttony, sloth, and lust. Each of those seven deadly sins, we all deal with them. We all struggle with them. It's all sins that we are tempted with. And it's things that we can naturally, as humans, deal with. But here's the kicker. It's for you to fight off that temptation and to not allow the thought of sin to consume you so that you go act out that sin. For example, when it comes to lust, where you want something so much, where your flesh is overpowering everything, where you lose all logic, a lot of us can fall into lust. But when you act upon that sin, that is how you have sexual sin, where people commit adultery, where people commit, sexual assault. That's that lust. When you think of sloth, a lot of us want to rest and want to have like our lazy days. But when you are lazy when it comes to your development as a person, when it comes to you handling your responsibilities as a parent, when it comes to you not acting on your purpose, then that's when you're acting out that sin. Now let's look at wrath. Wrath is serious, intense anger. We all get angry. We all have moments where we can lose our temper and our emotions can get the best of us. But when we act out that wrath and we sin with it, that is where we do heinous acts and crimes to maliciously hurt someone because we are acting out of that anger. We are intentionally, consciously bringing harm or pain to another person. We all can feel wrath, but if you act upon it, then it's when it's a problem. Next, there's gluttony. That's like being greedy. A lot of us can sometimes be greedy, but if we're having gluttony to the point where you are taking way more than you need and you're taking away from somebody else, coveting thy neighbor's goods, that's the problem. Then there's greed, where you just want something just because you want it. And that's another thing, how gluttony and greed go hand in hand, because if you're taking things away from someone else, or you're lying and manipulating and deceiving to get it, then you're sinning. Do you have to sin to get what you want? Next, there's pride. A lot of us can deal with pride where we are too much in our ego to admit certain things. But when you are prideful, when you are full of pride, there is nothing that a person can say to you that you will not take accountability for anything. Even when you are in the wrong, your pride will get you to do horrible things to people and you just be okay with it because, oh, I'm me. It makes me feel good. And then lastly, we have envy. A lot of us feel envy when we want what someone else has because we see that we don't have it. But when you act upon it, you add wrath to that and it grows into jealousy and you're acting upon trying to sabotage that person. That's when it's sinning. Do not act out the deadly sins.